Oh man, I was just in an interview and I talked to this candidate, Julie, and she was just extraordinary. We have to have her in this organization. You must have heard this other hiring managers talking about that dream candidate and they're going to go to bat for them. They're going to take on HR, they're going to take on compensation just to get them into the organization at the highest level of the salary pay band. You wonder what is it that they're doing to make that hiring manager fall in love with them. What are they doing? What is their secret sauce? Is there a secret sauce? Yes, there is. Let me break it down for you today. A lot of these individuals know, whether by talent, natural ability, or their own experiences, that you have to stand out. You can't just be a good candidate, you have to be a fantastic candidate. Because when you showcase yourself in the interview process as that fantastic candidate, the hiring manager has no other option but to fight for you, to champion you. The question is, what is that secret sauce? What is that formula that these people are using to get that hiring manager to become their champion? In my opinion, there are many things that these above average people do, but there are three things on influence, persuasion, and negotiation that really help them be distinctive. And today we're going to focus on three interview questions at the end of the interview when your hiring manager goes, "Do you have any questions for me?" This is the time for you to shine. And many websites and gurus and negotiation masters will give you this concept of ask 35 questions that are great and will keep you apart or help you stand out apart, or 20 questions that are best in class that's going to make you unique. Most of these questions are generic run-of-the-mill questions. So you only need to remember three questions. These are super weapons, super powered weapons in your negotiation arsenal that's going to give you that extra oomph when you negotiate your job offer at the very end when you get to the salary conversation. So first of all, let's try this one first. What caught your eye when you reviewed my resume and said that, yes, I want this person to come into the interview? What were those achievements or experiences that made the difference? Ask this question in a version that makes sense with your style and your language. But the point is to ask this question. And why does this work? This is a very tricky hack to tap into your manager's or your future manager's brain. Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel laureate who has done a lot of work on cognition, in the book Thinking Fast and Slow, talks about this concept. It's called the availability heuristic. It's a very fancy term. What it actually means is what we think about in the present moment disproportionately affects our decision making. So when you ask your hiring manager, what about this resume made you ask the recruiter to call me? That's when your achievements, accomplishments, experiences come to the forefront of your hiring manager's mind. And in this way, any decision they make subsequently is going to be impacted by this knowledge that's in the forefront of their mind. So it's tricky, isn't it? It's a great hack, and we're being slightly sneaky, but there's no reason why you shouldn't use it. It allows you to stand out in their minds as the ideal candidate. Next interview ending question is, what makes you have this level of commitment to your company? Or why do you love this company? Or even, what keeps you at this company? What you're doing here is understanding, in the manager's words, the culture, the fit, and the kind of environment that you're going to step into. Our generation, there are so many times that people are switching jobs. The risk here is you leave a comfortable job where you have a great culture fit to get more money in salary or compensation or career growth, and you're switching jobs every 5 to 6 years. So it's important for you to know, just because the money is good doesn't mean you're going to step into that role. You also want to know if the culture is good. So when you ask your hiring manager this question, You allow them to tell you in their own words what's great about this culture, or it'll also give you the red flags that you need to be watching out for. And then the sneaky part of this question is people love talking about themselves. It makes us feel good. And you're allowing your hiring manager to talk about their experiences, and you're kind of switching gears on them where you were answering a lot of their questions. Now you're allowing them to talk to you. It gives you a lot of feel good hormones when you get to talk about yourself. And so this is what you're doing with your hiring manager by allowing them to give a story about themselves, about their journey in the company. And it works every single time. Next one is another sneaky one, but it works with the influence and persuasion principle of reciprocity. So how does this work? During the entire interview process, you would have asked questions such as, what is the problem that this team is trying to solve? Or why are you hiring for this role? And during that time, you will uncover what the big problem is that is keeping them up at night. So towards the end of the interview, when they ask you, what questions do you have? Ask this question. You're trying to solve problem X, Y, and Z. In my experience, I have created a project plan and we solved this exact problem at company ABC. If it's okay with you, I would love to send the work product to you. If nothing else, it'll give you another perspective. What do you think? What this does is invokes the principle of reciprocity. And what does that mean? Reciprocity is when somebody is kind to us, it forces us to want to be kind to them. In this case, in terms of job interview, if you are nice to them and you're solving the most important problem or thinking about solving the most important problem by sharing your work product that you have done based on another experience, it makes your candidacy more favorable in their mind. So instead of thinking about the 10 other candidates who asked about what's the first 90 days look like or what is your advice, in this case, they're thinking, wow, this person not only is a great interviewer, they're also thinking about how to solve my problem. See how that is so much more resonant than all of the run-of-the-mill questions? I'm calling them sneaky tactics, but really they're based on well-documented, proven strategies in influence and persuasion. And remember, save these 3 interview questions to the very end. This is your grand finale. The first part of the interview, definitely front load with the 30 questions that you find on Indeed or the 25 great questions to ask from salary.com. But these 3 questions are strategic in nature and they're meant to leave a lasting impression right as you exit from that building. Asking these questions at the end of the interview is definitely going to set you apart as the candidate of their dreams. And you'll be like Julie in the beginning of my discussion where we were talking about a hiring manager who just had to have that candidate and they were going to go to bat for them with HR, with compensation. This is what you're aiming for in order to get the topmost level of that salary band. Good luck to you and bye-bye.
If you're ready to rise up and get paid for your worth, be sure to get the free salary negotiation training at dorothyMashburn.com/fight for your worth. This is the ultimate step-by-step guide in order to help you secure a promotion or break the glass ceiling. Again, it's at dorothyMashburn.com/fight for your worth. Thanks for listening and bye for now.